Today I've got Caron Butler and acclaimed author Justin A. Reynolds. They're back with a companion novel. It's called Shot Clock. And I'm going to let Caron start off and tell us exactly what this is about.
Well, Shot Clock was our first book, and then we ended up coming out with Clutch Time because we felt like once we got in front of all these kids after traveling the world, they was inspired by Shot Clock, and they was inspired by the stories because they could relate to the characters in this book. And this is why we felt like we had to come out with a sequel. And just also our combination and with our pick and roll offense and how we score and how we've been successful and feed off each other on these large platforms, we felt like we didn't want that to end. So that's why we did a sequel to this book to impact lives.
Justin, talk about Clutch Time.
Yeah, clutch time is awesome because it's kind of going from shot clock where you kind of have kind of a little broader scope of the entire team, and then it's kind of like zooming in on a particular player who happens to be one of the best players in the entire country, KO. And this time you kind of get the explanation as to some of the reasons why KO seemed a little bit standoffish or a little even combative at times in the first book, because you start to learn some personal details about his life, such as for half of his life, being the last 7 years, his father has been incarcerated. And so you start to learn to have empathy and compassion for this young man and what it has taken for him to not just be a leader on the court, but to be a leader off the court, and the growth and the process that has been involved in that. And so it's kind of zooming in on that. And then you get to see kind of the community rally around KO in a way that truly inspires him. He's kind of a lone wolf a lot of times, but he starts to see that people truly care about him, not just because of his basketball talent, but because he's an incredible young man with an incredible future.
Man, I keep thinking about the movie Sing Sing, and I keep thinking about the documentary Daughters when you start talking about fathers being incarcerated. Let's talk about that a little bit, Karan. I mean, you have a lot of single mothers out there who are raising these kids, but some of these kids are coming out great and fantastic. What are your thoughts on that?
I would have to say I was raised in a single parent household, but I had a community and a village around me. When I talk about my mother being the matriarch and patriarch of the family, talk about my grandmother stepping in and filling the void as my absentee father was not there. And when you talk about male role models, the cycle that I went through where every male in my family was in the penal system. So they was away. I didn't have that mentorship, but it was other individuals that stepped in a remarkable way in the community to take me down that path of success and protected me throughout that process. And we have so many communities like that. We have people that have voices that people are inspired by. And most importantly, you have people that really just show the kids, the young people and old people in communities, that it's a magic inside of them that they really can connect to and really inspire and have access to if they just open it up. So that's the beauty of Shot Clock and, Clutch Time. And that's the beauty of, strong communities that I've been a part of. And that's what we're trying to bring back because we see less of that right now happening.
Justin, I'm going to bring up moms and grandmothers because they always said it takes a village to raise a family. Talk about that, Justin.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about my own childhood. I know he talked about his mom and his grandmother. My mom was an educator and a librarian. The reason why I'm in this position today is absolutely because of my mom and the strength that she showed. She wasn't allowing me to be in front of the TV or just be out in the streets. Either I had to be doing something responsible out in the community, or I had to be in books. And so I was reading books whether I wanted to read books or not. But because of that, now I'm so thankful that she saw the value of reading and the value of literacy. And so now I'm able to take those same principles that she gave me and inculcate it into my heart and share them with young readers today. A lot of times people say that young men and women today don't want to read books, so they don't have the attention span, they don't have the desire. But I just think that, and Karan and I both agree on this, it's really a matter of us being responsible for creating stories that they relate to, that they connect to, that inspire them to become lifelong readers. And so we hope that Clutch Time is the second installment in their journey.
Last thought. I'm going to ask you first, Justin, and then Caron. What do you want the readers to take away from it? You kind of alluded to that, Justin, but really, what do you want readers to take away from it? Justin, and then Caron.
We want people, whether they're young or old, honestly, to be able to say that, one, the trauma that you might be enduring right now or that you might have endured in the past, you're not alone. You're seen and you're heard. But most importantly, you're valued, and that you are not the sum of your pain, but that the future is bright. The other part is you can't do it by yourself. It takes an entire team. And that's why basketball works the way it is, because even though you might have individual greatness at the end, it's the entire team, 1 to 15, that matters. And so we hope that the entire community starts to rally around these young people and really give them the opportunity to shine.
I think that, just to piggyback off what Justin just said, you control your narrative. There's no ceilings, no cap on what you can possibly be, despite what someone tell you that you're limited to being and accomplishing. And all you have to do is just have access. And the best way to have access is by your consistency in your daily routine. They say when you're born, you look like your parents. When you die, you look like your habits. Make sure your daily habits are amazing. And I think that's, clutch time.
We've been talking about the book Clutch Time. Right after the book Shot Clock, I got Caron Butler and Justin A. Reynolds. I'm waiting for the video game to come out and then the movie. We're looking forward to it, guys. Thank you again for joining us on Morning Blend.
Yes, brother. Thank you. I like this. The chair you got to do.
Yeah. Gamer.
Thanks, James. Appreciate your time as always.
All right.